Okay, once again, very good morning and thanks for joining. Okay, so regarding that, Hari, we will discuss this weekend replication troubleshooting along with mirroring. Both will mirroring almost done. Only two concepts are pending that
Okay.
will cover, and we'll go for replication troubleshooting. Okay, this week and next week are a little bit so important for us, where we are going to discuss more about clusters on Azure and always an availability group on top of Azure. Okay, how we will build the clusters, how we'll build the always an availability group, and how to configure, how the differentiate between on-prem to all. We'll see. Okay, so
Okay.
from here, so till now we cover just again a glimpse of idea to everyone. So till now we cover basic concepts of SQL Server along with we discuss about recovery models, backups, okay, restores, and we discuss about lock shipping, mirroring, replication. So these are the three concepts we completed, and lock shipping and mirroring almost completed troubleshooting as well. Okay, and replication we will cover by this week. From here, we are going to a step ahead, and we are going to discuss more on the cloud part. Okay, so that everyone will comfortable in the cloud as well. Till now we discussed on premises. Almost you will feel same kind of experience, but we are going to build the clusters always on availability group on the cloud. Then we will go to the PaaS platform. So what we are going to cover in next 40 to 45 days or 50 days means, okay, let me walk through. So we are going to cover one of the major concept everyone is waiting for, performance tuning. So we'll cover everything. Performance tuning. First, we'll cover the on-premises means SQL Server performance tuning. Don't feel that okay, it's a on-premises performance tuning or cloud performance tuning or AWS performance tuning. SQL performance tuning. But where your SQL is hosted, that is very, very important. Almost 80 to 90% are same. Only the 10% you will see the variation, because when you specially go to the PaaS platform, you will get little bit more advantages where we can get it from the advanced monitoring tools from the Microsoft itself, from the AWS itself. You no need to again build any third-party tool to capture or to monitor the performance tuning. We can get some advantage with the PaaS platform. So first we'll start with the SQL. Okay, SQL is common for everywhere wherever you are deploying your SQL. So we'll discuss. We'll make more concentrate on the performance tuning like CPU, IO, okay, and how TempDB, especially TempDB is very important, and we'll discuss about memory, how memory is playing a very crucial role for SQL Server, and what are the different types of memory architectures, how to deal with the memory troubleshooting, all that stuff, and along with concurrency like locking, blocking, deadlocks, okay, reads, how SQL Server perform the reads, that reads make the block locking, that locks will block, make the blocking, that blocking, too many blocking will leads the deadlocks. So how you will capture the deadlocks, how you will troubleshoot the deadlocks blocking, that we are going to cover along with the stats and indexes. These are the major two components, especially when we are working with the performance tuning. It's the main two pillars. Okay, we are going to spend most of the time in these two components, because if we wanted to troubleshoot CPU, if we wanted to troubleshoot IO, if we wanted to troubleshoot memory, okay, we must and should know about the stats, we must and should know about the indexes. These are the two major components. If you wanted to head and go and troubleshoot about the queries. So we'll discuss more on the query troubleshooting with the different scenarios with the live troubleshooting. So means we will reproduce the issue, and we need to identify issue, and we need to fix that issue. Why it is taking longer time. So query tuning will discuss more like weights, performance counters, DMVs, DPCC commands, DMFs, along with weights are most important, like CX packets, async network IO, resource semaphore, SH scheduler reel, uh, latches plays a crucial role. Page latch, page IO latch. Okay, write a log. So we'll discuss more about weights and along with the tuning, query tuning, with help of indexes, with the help of stats. Indexes are most important, like we'll discuss more about cluster index, non-cluster index, covering index, filter index, okay, pad index, spatial index. Okay, each index will plays a very vital role when you especially working with the tuning. Along with we are going to concentrate more on the cardinality estimation. So before SQL Server 2014, from SQL Server 2014, because Microsoft upgraded the cardinality estimation from SQL Server 2014 onwards. So most of the cases when we are performing upgradations. So if you are upgrading SQL Server 2012, 2008, 2008 up to 2014, 16, 17, 19, 2022, we may struggle some performance issues because earlier there is one type of cardinality estimation. Now we are using a new cardinality estimation. So that is also placing a vital role, and stats will play a most vital role here. Stats. So how histogram will work, what are the components in this histogram, and how density will work. When SQL Server will go for histogram to prepare the execution plan, when it will go for density to prepare the execution plan, what will happen if we choose the density, whether it will impact the performance or not. That is also we are going to cover. So stats, indexes will help you a lot when we are doing the query tuning. And we'll take a couple of examples like uh, lookups, nested loops, okay, explicit conversions, search augments, okay, and or operators, between operator, is null, null, okay, some top operator, all that stuff we'll see one by one example so that you will get to know, okay, which operator is making little bit impact. And we'll also make some stored procedure. That is also very important. Not only single query, ad hoc queries. In real world, mostly we will get a chance to troubleshoot the stored procedures. So how the ad hoc requests are working, how to improve the ad hoc request, okay, how the stored procedures are working, and how to improve the performance of stored procedures. All the stuff we are going to discuss, and also we will discuss more about the plan. So mostly we need to know about how to read the plans. So whatever the plan is preparing by the query optimizer. So how to get that plan, how many plans are prepared, and how to read the plan. That is very, very important. So when you go to the cloud, especially, we are having query store. By default, query store is enabled in the cloud, pass, especially pass. Okay. So how to force the plan? So using the query store, we can force the plan. Means SQL Server using one plan. We don't want that plan. We have one more plan. We need to explicitly tell to SQL Server, use the different plan. So query store we are going to discuss, and extended events. Okay. These are all will comes into the tuning. This almost we are going to spend 15 to 20 days. So that's too good for us. Uh, CPU, memory, IO. Apart from this, we are going to discuss about log file troubleshooting, log file architecture, log file internals, log file troubleshooting, data file troubleshooting, TempDB. Especially, we'll more focus on the TempDB spells, TempDB contention. Of course, everything we are going to cover, not everything we are going to cover, but most of the concepts will cover so that you will feel so comfortable when you are working with your day-to-day work. Any questions on the performance tuning? Okay, cool.
Subbu, operators and all those stuff will also be covered, right?
Lookups are the operator, loops are the operators,
Okay,
pools
okay,
are the operators.
okay, okay.
These are all the operators we are
Yeah,
going to cover.
yeah,
Execution plan will cover, and I will share a separate link where
sure.
you can get more. Okay, and Then we will more concentrate on clusters and always on. Of course, nowadays we won't get clusters, C colon clusters. Okay, of course we are not using that much, but still we must also know about the clusters. Okay, so how to build the clusters in real world when you are working with so and so project, there you will get different teams like Windows team, network team, storage team, active directory team. So they are going to do all the respective works, pre works, and you are going to install SQL on cluster. But here we don't have anyone. We need to become Windows team, we need to become network team, we need to become active directory team. We need to become everything if you want to build the clusters, if you want to build the always on availability group. So we are going to build the clusters, Windows cluster on Windows 2016, and we are going to build a uh, always on availability group and clusters on Windows Server 2019. Before from SQL Server 2000, not SQL here. Windows is very important. How clusters always on will work in cloud, especially for IS platforms. How it is work with the on premises, you won't see any challenges, sir. But when you especially go to the cloud, you will face lots of challenges, and you will get some additional components. That's what we are going to discuss. And what is single subnet cluster? Okay, multi-subnet always on availability group. We'll build the always on availability group with single subnet. We will build the always on availability group with multi-subnet. What is the advantages with the single subnet? What is the drawback with the single subnet? How to overcome with the multi-subnet? What is the connection string we need to pass when we are using the multi-subnet, so that your connection string makes a serial search, not with a parallel search. That is also very important. And especially when you go to the cloud, you need to build the load balancers. Why load balancer? That is very important. Okay, it is not a traditional load balancer. uh, Whoever knows about Azure IaaS, okay, they know about the load balancers. It's not a traditional load balancers. We are going to build the load balancer for always on, for specific point of view. What is that point? That is very important. And also we will build, we know most of the people who are experienced, we know about how to create a listener in always on availability group. So how to create a VNN listener? It's a traditional listener. How to create a DNN listener? Why we need to create a DNN listener? What will happen? What is the difference you will notice when you create a DNN listener? That is also very vital role, very important. That's also we are going to cover along with the security like TDE and data masking. We are going to cover always on encryption. We are going to cover security part, and audits in the cloud we are going to cover. Of course, troubleshooting. That's very important. So cluster troubleshooting and always on troubleshooting with the different scenarios. Yep, this we are going to cover, and patches. Very important is patch. So how you will apply the patches in clusters always on means, of course, all the high availability techniques. Okay, what are the challenges we will face when you are applying the patches? How to overcome those challenges? Sometimes even whatever the Microsoft is suggesting, sometimes even if you use that one, you may struggle when you are applying the patches. That time, what we need to do? Okay, how many methods are there to fix the missing MSP, MSA files, especially when you are applying the patches? That's also we are going to cover. Questions? Okay, these 2 weeks we are going to spend this week and next week. So we will complete the clusters, we'll complete the always on availability group. Okay, then of course everyone is waiting for PaaS platforms, especially Azure SQL database and AMI. Okay, Azure SQL database, we are going to cover again everything, but not like a SQL. Like you already know about recovery models, backups, restores, okay, checkpoints, internals, everything. That part we are not covering at all. So what is the difference you will notice, especially when you go for PaaS? Okay, compare with Azure SQL database with on-premises and MI. So these two we are going to cover, and especially we'll get this one, did service tiers, a new concept to everyone, TTU and vCore. vCore is traditional, you already know because we are working with the vCores, but TTU is new concept, especially the people who are entering into the Azure SQL database. So what is DTU, how DTUs are working, what is the blend of DTOs that we are going to discuss, and backups. Here, no need to worry about the backups because Microsoft is going to take automatic backups. How that automatic backups are working, what is the retention, point in time retention, and long term retention, specifically for Azure SQL database, and security. We are going to discuss um, a difference, especially for Azure SQL database, especially when you go for server level, you will see lots of difference in the security. That's we are going to cover, not database level, object level that you already know, and elastic pools, elastic agents. When you go for elastic pools, when you go for elastic agents, and active replication, geo replication, okay, and data sync, Azure data sync, like replication. Everyone knows about traditional replication, right? If you want to configure like a replication from Azure SQL database to on-premises, how you will configure using Azure data sync. How Azure data sync will work, how to enable, okay, how what is the functionality of Azure data sync like a traditional replication. We are going to discuss those steps. Security will play a vital role because being we are on premises, we will connect to the servers and will connect to the SSMS. But these are PaaS platform. There is no server. Okay, how you are going to establish that connection to the PaaS platform from on premises? Okay, so that's we are going to discuss what is the service endpoints, private endpoints. When you will go for service endpoints, when you will go for private endpoints. By default, no IP address is assigned to Azure SQL database. How you will assign the IP address to Azure SQL database? Because MI, by default, you will assigning one IP address. Using that, you can access. But for Azure SQL database, no IP address by default is assigned. So how to assign the IP address to Azure SQL database means how you will assign the NIC card to the Azure SQL database, and how it will work if there is an internet connection, how it will work if there is no internet connection. We will test that one. And I will repeat saying dynamic data masking, TDE, and audits. This also very important. And TDE, I'm going to show you how it will work with the Azure Key Vault. The traditional TDE is different. Okay, almost configuration is same, but you no need to do all the stuff, especially when you go for PaaS. Okay, so here we will use Azure Key Vault to store our keys, to store our certificates, and we can retrieve anytime if you want. We can retrieve that secured passwords, secured keys, secured certificates from Azure Key Vault. So how Azure Key Vault will work? What is the everyone must and should know about Azure Key Vault? That we are going to cover. And what else I missed? Yeah, storage account. I not written here. I'm sorry. Storage account is very important. Even you are a DPS, you must and should know about Azure storage account, because nowadays we are going to take the backups to the not in SanDisk local disk. Nowadays we are preferring to take the backups to the cloud. So how you will take the backups to the cloud? What are the best practices? How you will configure all Holocrane scripts to take the backups to the cloud? Okay, uh, especially when you are having huge databases. So what are the best practices we will follow uh, when you are configuring to the cloud backups from on premises? Okay, because being next we are going to go for Azure data engineering. If you go for just there is one box, if you enable that box, the storage account will become the Azure data lake. So what is Azure data lake? What is Azure storage account? A small option is changing, converting the hierarchy. Okay, both are same. If you know storage account, you almost know about Azure data lake. Only one that checkbox making some difference, and other options will making difference, especially when you go for Azure Data Lake. You must and should know about Azure Data Lake as well, because nowadays we are getting a chance to troubleshoot Azure Data Factory pipelines, Azure Synapse pipelines, Azure Logic Apps, functions, all that stuff. Okay, so better you need little bit idea. Of course, we are not discussing all that stuff. Okay, right now, but I'm going forward. I will may come up with a Azure data engineering stuff. That time you will learn, but I will give an idea about how it looks like. Okay, if possible, I try to build one pipeline, a simple pipeline, and I will show you how that pipeline will work. Okay, that's it about security. Long-term retention we are going to discuss. High availability we are going to discuss. Okay, in on-premises, you know about we are having box shipping, mirroring, clusters, always on availability group. Then you will definitely will get a question mark. What is high availability for PaaS platform? Okay, so that is also we are going to discuss, and I will share the couple of blogs. And most of the people are waiting for migrations. Yes. Any questions till now? No. Yes. Good. Now everyone is waiting for migrations. Okay. So how we are migrating on-premises migration? First, we'll discuss on-prem to on-prem migration. There are two types of migration. One is in-place upgrade. One is side-by-side upgrade. What is in-place upgrade? What is side-by-side upgrade? Okay. What are the challenges you may come across when you are performing on-prem to on-prem? Most of the challenges, no, but especially when you go to the cloud, yeah, we will face a little bit challenges when you especially go to the PaaS platform, because there is no infrastructure, right? How to choose how we will choose the resources is very important, sir, here, especially when you are migrating to the cloud. So we are going to discuss different techniques like backpack, DACpack, uh, import export, generate script, DMA, database migration assistance, and DMS, database migration service. Okay, this is very important, and maybe going forward, okay, we won't use this service directly, because almost this service has been integrated to the Azure Data Studio. Now this tool is playing a most vital role in the migration. Migration. How to use Azure Data Studio like SSMS. We are most familiar on SSMS. Now I encouraging everyone use Azure Data Studio as well. Like how you are using SSMS, we need to use Azure Data Studio. So especially when you are going for migrations, Azure Data Studio will play a most key role. Okay, how to use Azure Data Studio. So, and different techniques, whatever I told you, right? Backpack, DACpack, what is the difference between backpack, DACpack, limitations, and import export limitations, generate script limitations, backup restore limitations. Okay, when you compare with Azure Data Studio is the best if you wanted to migrate, because this is integrated the DMS. So you no need to go to the portal and open the DMS service. Everything is integrated to the Azure Data Studio. And how to fix the orphan users. That is the most important thing. Okay. And especially when you go for MI, if you wanted to migrate to MI, there is one service called log replay service. This service will work only for MI, not for Azure SQL database. Means whenever we are discussing managed instance, how to use log replay service. Log replay service is nothing but log shipping, traditional log shipping. But you can't see our traditional log shipping, but internally it is working like a log shipping. It will work for 30 days. Up before 30 days, you need to complete your migration. If you're not completing migration within 30 days, again you need to re-resume again everything. So that is the limitation with the log replay service. And this is also, you need to do everything from the command prompt PowerShell. You can't do using graphical user interface, especially for MI. And this is also very important. And how to configure replication between on-prem to cloud, PaaS, especially PaaS, we are going to cover all this stuff. So this, we are planning for 45 to 50 days, 50 sessions. And apart from, you know that you will get the L1 sessions as well. L1 sessions is also very important. Okay, so we are having almost 13. So we are going to 15 plus. So you will get almost 30 sessions. This also you need to go through. This also very important. That's it for next 40 to 45 days or 50 days. Any questions? Anyone newly joined people or the people who are starting from here? So what we are going to discuss so that you will get one idea. So what we are going to cover in all these 45 days.
Subbu, we're gonna cover ADF or like a Postgres?
No, no.
Okay.
We are not covering PostgreSQL. We are not covering ADF as of now currently. That's we are planning. Okay, mostly will come with the best one on this. But that time I will include you, everyone, not even best previous two batches as well. Let's see whether it may be Azure Data Factory or it may be PostgreSQL. But nowadays, okay, we need to know about ADF synonyms, everyone, little bit, because we are involving on the troubleshooting part, okay, especially whenever pipelines are getting failed, whenever Azure synonyms pipelines are getting failed, that time we need to go and see why it is getting failed. In case it is related to us, we need to troubleshoot. In case it is related to Azure Data Engineering team, we will let Azure Data Engineering team to look into that stuff. If you are getting that opportunity like Azure Data Factory or Azure Synonyms, take that opportunity. Okay, that is good for us. You are not building any pipelines or you are not configuring anything. Okay, you are not configuring, but you need to understand how to check why my pipelines are getting failed, why my synonymous pipelines are getting failed, and how you will collect the logs. Sometimes if they wanted to rerun, how you will try to rerun the pipelines, okay, based on the run books or based on the your wikis, we will do all that stuff, right? Yeah. But no worries, they will train you how to check that pipelines, how to check that failures, and how you need to identify the logs, all that stuff. Okay, bro. Yeah. Any questions before we go a little bit walk through today? I today and tomorrow I'm not going deeper. From Wednesday, we'll start the clusters. Okay. So again, next to 2 weeks we are discussing IaaS services, infrastructure as a services, like VMs, like storage account, like networks, like Azure Data, Azure Active Directory, all that stuff we are going to discuss. Okay, we are not taking it separately for IS platforms. So this is not Azure admin session. Okay, we are Azure SQL administrators. Okay, so if you wanted to become Azure admin, we should know more than whatever we are discussing, like VM configuration, all that stuff. But as a SQL database administrator, whatever we are going to discuss, that is too good for us. And most of the things we'll cover, like manager disk will cover, and what are the best configuration you need to go in real world, especially whenever you are creating a VMs for SQL servers, especially for SQL servers, what kind of VM core you will choose, like CPUs, memory, IO, throughputs. That is also very, very important. Disk is also very important. Okay, all these components we are going to cover in these 2 weeks. Okay, as part of today's session, I'm just uh, walk through. Most of the people knows about cloud. Okay, but again, if you already know, definitely will get a little bit bored today and tomorrow. But the people who don't know, definitely you mustn't should know about what is cloud, how cloud is working, what is on premises, what is cloud. These are very, very important, sir. Okay, we mustn't should know about these concepts, because going forward we definitely will work in the cloud only. Okay, definitely will work in the cloud. So we mustn't should know about the cloud. Especially till now, we worked in the on-premises. Okay, till now we worked in on-premises. What is on-premises? Nothing but our premises. In a simple example, take your home, sir. In a simple, take your home. Your home is your premises. Whatever the products, whatever the things you are keeping in your home, in your home, that is, you need to control, you need to protect everything. You are the responsible person, correct? If if you are keeping somewhere, like for example, you are having a bulk amount, and you wanted to keep that bulk amount in the bank is like a cloud, because you are taking your product, you are taking your data, you are going to take your services, and you are going to keep somewhere some that somewhere. Okay, so here you no need to worry about lot many things. Okay, they will protect, they are telling that we will protect everything, but in somewhere we are having little doubt because the security, because whatever the things, whatever belongings related to you, if you're keeping within yourself, you are the accountable for everything. But if same thing you were keeping somewhere, okay, they are the accountable for everything, right? Correct. So most of the cases on premises, why most of the people loves on premises security, sir. So our data is with us, so we will feel so secure. But nowadays, cost. So to reduce the cost, okay, to reduce the cost. So for example, you decide to create one app, that can be Android app, that can be iOS app, or that can be one application, sir. Okay, to build one application is not easy. So you need to for example, to build a app, you need to purchase the stack of servers. See, first you need to purchase the stack of servers. Once you purchase the stack of servers, you need to purchase the licenses. Okay, so license is very expensive, servers are very expensive, and resources are very expensive. And whatever the software you want to build, that software license is also a little bit expensive. And not a purchasing, again you need to monitor, you need to maintain. This is also biggest challenge for us. You need to monitor those servers, you need to maintain those servers. Okay, you know about sales time, like in US there is a black days, in India so Amazon sale, Flipkart sales, right? In the sales time the traffic will be very huge, the connectivity will be very huge that time. So for example, for your application you purchase 100 servers. For example, if for your application you purchase 1,000 servers, assume, okay? But when the sales time starts, the traffic is very huge, the connectivity is very huge. Whatever the 1,000 servers, that is highly impossible to handle that traffic, to handle that connectivity. Now you need to increase the capacity. You need to increase the capacity. So you want to purchase again 1,000 plus servers, but sales time will be only for 1 week, 10 days, 2 days, 3 days. After the sales time, after the sales, again your connectivity, your traffic will be resumed to normal, where you can handle with 1,000 servers. Being for sales time, being for the sales time, you purchase 1,000 more servers. So where you will keep that 1,000 servers after the sales time? Sales completes. That is the one of the biggest challenge in on-premises we are facing. So nothing but in a technical term, if you wanted to learn, okay, scaling, scalability, okay, auto scaling. So technically we'll call this a scaling is the one of the major reason why everyone is preferring the cloud. Cloud. Okay, why everyone is preferring the cloud means scale. So due to high traffics, if you want to purchase more servers after the sales time, again, where I need to keep all those servers, again my traffic will be resumed, my connectivity will be resumed. That is the toughest challenge everyone on premises facing. That is the one thing, scalability. One is cost. One is cost. If you go to the on premises, you are accountable for everything. You are accountable for everything like infrastructure building, hardware resource gathering, software purchase, software integration, recruitment, different team, security considerations. It will take a lot of time in on premises, and scalability and implementation challenges. Everything you are accountable. Like out of this is also you are accountable. Security, hackers. You know about now how the hacking is working. So you need to protect your data, correct? So security is also a vital role if you go for on-premises and software purchase. And you need to purchase, you need to recruit different teams like Windows team, network team, storage team, okay, like a SQL team, Oracle team, Java, SAP, Tableau. We are having n number of technologies. Each technology you need to purchase the admin, you need to purchase the developers, recruit the developers. That is also one of the biggest challenge. And one more biggest challenge is infrastructure. Infrastructure. You need to maintain your infrastructure. And that too, you need to maintain multiple copies, right? So, for example, you know about floods. Suddenly, nature can predict anything. If for example, in US, you are having Dallas, Houston. Okay, if something happened to Dallas, no worries, I'm having data in the Houston. If something happened to the Houston, no worries, I'm having data in the Dallas. Like when you go for India, you know about Kerala floods, you know about Chennai floods. Okay, if suddenly something happened in Kerala, no worries, I'm having data in Hyderabad. If something happened in Hyderabad, no worries, I'm having data in Delhi. So you need to maintain this infrastructure. It is not easy, sir. So expensive. So expensive. Hardware is so expensive. So cost cutting. Cost cutting is the one of the major thing. Scalability is one more major thing. Why industry is looking for cloud, especially for cloud. Infrastructure, it is not easy to maintain, sir. Security is not easy to maintain. Scalability is not easy to maintain. Different teams is not easy to maintain. Cost, how you are going to reduce the cost? Let's move into the cloud, public cloud. See, we don't know, but we are using most of the cloud services now, even in your mobile. Okay, everyone knows about the Google Drive, right? It's a cloud service. Teams is a cloud service, right? Yes or no? So in Google Cloud, you are getting 15 GB space, correct? Yes or no? Everyone agree? There's a cloud where you are storing. You are not paying a single rupee, but you are storing your data. That can be personal, that can be official, that can be something else. You are storing your data in the cloud. Nothing but public cloud. Those are public clouds. Whatever you are accessing, like music apps, Ghana is a public cloud. Whatever you are accessing, those are public clouds, and our data in the cloud. But those are secure. No worries, your data is more secured, which is protected by your cloud providers. So traditional computing is nothing but on premises. Okay, what are the challenges we are facing? Like all these are the challenges to reduce the cost, to improve the scalability. Okay, and one more thing, clouds are okay. Uh, Mostly you will see latest versions in the cloud compared with on-premises. Compare because whatever the services like Microsoft or Oracle or PostgreSQL or Java or something else, okay, first they are going to implement in the cloud. Once everything is working perfect, then they are going to implement into the on-premises. There are multiple reasons why industry is looking for cloud. One is cost, one is scalability, one is you will get the latest version as quickly as when you compare with on-premises, and no need to maintain the infrastructure. Okay, and you can reduce your resources recruitment because most of the things handled by the cloud providers by the cloud providers. That's the one of the reason why industry is looking for a cloud specially. Okay, till now we discussed about on-premises, like we not discuss specially like a different versions, but we discuss everything in on-premises. So we are having different SQL versions like 2000, 2005, 2008, 8 or 12, 14, 16, 17, 19. Everything are on-premises. SQL servers, different flavors. Each flavors Microsoft introduced lot many features, and the major thing you will differentiate is in SQL Server 2017, Microsoft came up with a different platform. This is nothing but Linux platform. Till SQL Server 2016, it's completely Windows platform. You can install SQL Server on the Windows. We love to install SQL Server on Windows. But from SQL Server 2017, Microsoft introduced one more platform that is nothing but Linux platform. You can install SQL Server on Ubuntu, CentOS, Red Hat. Okay, there are lots of flavors like how in the Windows we are having flavors, right? Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows servers. Like same in Linux also we are having different platforms. So you can install SQL Server on Ubuntu, you can install SQL Server on CentOS, you can install SQL Server on Red Hat. And one more interesting is Microsoft came up with going ahead and introduced Docker. Docker is a container. Dockers are a containers. You can install your SQL services under Docker containers, like Docker's Kubernetes. Docker's Kubernetes. So you can install SQL Server on Docker. You can install SQL Server on Kubernetes, like like a simple idea. Okay, so Docker Hub is the public repository. So we know about the GitHub. GitHub is a public repository where you can store all your data here also. It's a public repository. Like same, Docker Hub is the central public repository. For this, you need to know about the YAML program. If you want to specially work with the Dockers, if you specially want to work with the Kubernetes, we must also know about the YAML program. And if we will create the images and you can upload that images into the Docker Hub, whenever you want, you can download that image and you can convert that image into the containers. You can build the clusters, whatever you can do, most of the things you can do with the Dockers and Kubernetes as well. Again, there are lots, sir. There are lot. SQL is a lot, not like a simple like a, okay, always on clusters, replication, log shipping, mirroring, and we are feeling that we know everything in SQL. No, that's absolutely wrong. We yet to learn lot many things. How to integrate Docker with Kubernetes. Docker is a separate service. Kubernetes is a separate service. How Kubernetes are working, how Dockers are. Maybe you may get a chance to work with the Dockers in your environment. Maybe you may also get a chance to work with the Kubernetes. Okay, definitely. So you can search with SQL Server. Okay, yeah. So SQL, where is SQL? Come on, SQL, not SQL. MS SQL. Yeah, MS SQL Server. Come on, let's search with only MS SQL. Um, okay, let's search with MS SQL. Yeah, see, just you need to copy. This is the image which contains the YAML program internally. You need to download the Docker first, and you need to install on your flavor. You can download this image. This image contains the YAML program, and again, this YAML program also not that much complicated. Like when you go for C, C++, Java, Python, it's very easy. Docker YAML program is a little bit easy when you compare with Java, Python, all that stuff. It's very easy, straightforward. You need to know a little bit operators. It's easy. When I'm teaching Docker, okay, I used to teach the Docker how the images we need to create. This image will contain lots of stuff. So there are a lot again. Okay, we are not going for deeper and deeper, but you will also may get a chance to work with the Dockers. You may also get chance with the Kubernetes. Okay, all this stuff everyone must and should know. But how many people we know
Subbu, the
this?
Docker and Kubernetes is for developers, right? Like
No,
basically,
no, no,
uh-huh.
no, no, no.
Okay,
They can develop, but as a DPA, you need to also support in case you are getting this opportunity.
okay, okay.
That's what. Okay, that's keep in your mind. Again, lots are again. Okay, there are a lot because time is very important. Okay, students preference is very important. Okay, all this comes into the picture. Okay, now like these are all on premises. Now see, same we are having when you specially go to the cloud, IaaS, infrastructure as a service. We will get to know tomorrow more about IaaS services. You will understand what I'm going to do. I will compare with Azure, AWS, Google Cloud. Okay, these three flavors I will compare so that you will get some familiarized. Okay, because maybe you may get a chance to work with AWS, you may get a chance with work with the Google Cloud. Mostly you will get a chance to work with the Google Cloud for PostgreSQL, MySQL, and Alibaba Cloud. You may also get a chance to work with Alibaba Cloud. In Alibaba Cloud also, mostly you will get chance to work with the PostgreSQL and MySQL. These two platforms, if you get a chance to work in your project, mostly not for SQL you will get for MySQL and PostgreSQL. AWS, Azure, you will get mostly SQL servers, sir. Mostly SQL servers. So 50-50. You may get a chance to work with AWS. You may also get a chance to work with the Azure. Both. Both you will get a chance. So that's the reason I will compare both the things so that you can understand how the terminals are working in Azure, how the terminals are working in AWS. Okay. And PaaS. In PaaS, we are having two services. Azure SQL Database, Azure Managed Instance. So Microsoft came little bit late with this service, but in AWS, We are already having RDS service. Your RDS is nothing but manager instance. How AWS RDS will work, how Google GCP SQL will works, your MI will also work same. MI will also work same. How MI is working, your AWS RDS, GCP SQL. These services are already there. Microsoft only came a little bit late with a service called managed instance. Now he's developing a lot about this managed instance and a little bit costly. Don't play with this one. Okay, it's a little bit costly. It will price like anything. MI. These two services also very important. Now this is the game changer. Azure Synonyms Analytic, which is introduced in 2019. Yeah. Before that, we are having service called Azure Data Warehouse Service, DWS. There is a service called DWS. This service is no longer. This service is replicated by the Azure Synonyms Analytics. And this is the game changer for entire data engineer. Okay. Earlier, before this service introduced by Microsoft, you need to use Azure Data Factory, you need to use Azure Data Lake, you need to use Azure Databricks, you need to use Logic Apps, Logic Function, all that stuff, different services. Now, what Microsoft done with Azure Synonyms, he integrated everything. He integrated a lot many things with this service. It is acting as a database. It acts as a database. It acts as a pipeline. It acts as a storage. It will do lot many things. Azure Synonyms Analytics. Now, these is also going forward no more. Now Microsoft came up with Azure Fabric. Fabric. Now this is the game changer for entire Azure data engineer. Now here we will get doubt whether we need to go for Azure Data Factory. I need to go for Azure Synonyms. We need to go for Azure Fabric directly. This is the game changer now. Okay, especially for Azure data engineer people, this all stuff you need to know. ADF, Synonyms, Azure Fabric, Azure Data Lake, Azure Databricks, Logic Apps, Logic Functions, HDD Insights. 5 to 6 services are very important. Out of this, Azure Databricks plays a vital role for entire data engineer because there you will get the coding like Spark, PySpark, Spark, uh, Scala, and also your Custo SQL. There are a lot. How you are going to use that Azure Databricks is very important. Very easy, sir. Don't make complex. But again, directly don't go jump. First familiar is with one, next familiar is with one, next familiar is with. If you know Azure Data Factory, you will almost know Azure Synonyms. If you know these two, you almost know about Azure Fabric. Because here also you are building pipelines, here also you are building pipelines, here also you are building pipelines, not DevOps pipelines, sir. Okay, so not Azure DevOps pipelines. Don't compare with this one. Don't compare. Again, you may also get a chance to work with this Azure DevOps pipelines also. If you place in your resume Azure, you may get a chance to work any one of these apart from our SQL. So get ready. Get ready, everyone, okay? We should not say no. We should ready. But again, they will train you, not that much they will train, but how much they need, they will train you because you are a SQL database administrator. You need to tell them, hey, I'm a SQL. I don't know anything. If you give the KT, definitely I can support. Don't simply rotate your head. Like some people, oh, they will get afraid, they will lose a job and they will just rotate their head. And you need to face the consequences. Don't rotate your head in the simply in front of managers, in front of team leads. Then you are the accountable person for all this stuff. We don't know. I never get a chance. Train me. I will support definitely. Okay? No? Yes? Question, sir?
No, sir, nothing.
So there are a lot. SQL is not a mini technology. It integrated to a lot. Like, sir, nothing. If you know the integration service, you know about ADF. In on-premises, we will call it as a SSIS, integration service. In cloud, you will call it as Azure Data Factory, Azure Synonyms, Azure Fabric. That's it. In on-premises, you will call it a SSRS, Power BI. In cloud also, you will call it as a Power BI, no SSRS. Power BI is the game changer for SSRS. In on-premises, you will call it a SSIS. In cloud also, there is a service called analysis service. Analysis service. So whatever you are doing on premises, same thing you will do in cloud as well. But little bit, like some advantages, too many advantages. Yeah. So this is what. So we are going to cover this one. We are going to cover this one. We are going to cover this one. Time permits, I will cover this one, not completely, but at least one day I will take one session with one ADF, one synonyms, with integrated with the Azure Data Lake, because you already know about Azure, okay, storage account. In storage account, you need to know lot many things, because we are taking backups to the cloud only nowadays. Mostly we are taking backups to the cloud. If you know this one, you are almost good at Azure Data Lake as well, but only couple of changes. Okay, and that's what basic part I wanted to cover today. And one more thing is, you know about how data centers looks like. This is how your data centers looks like. That can be good, that can be ugly. Okay, so good is nothing but a top data centers which are arranged in a proper format, where we will technically call it as a rack. Each rack will maintain common network, common switches, common power supply. Storage, no sir. Here we won't maintain the storage. Storage we will maintain a separate location. A separate location. So when we are discussing storage, I will discuss about the house storage. What kind of storages are available, like HDD, hard disk drive, which we are using. Nowadays we are using SSDs, solid state disk, magnetic disk, tapes. Okay, and in SSDs, standard SSD, premium SSDs, ultra SSDs, and what is our next generation SSD? Okay, our next generation SSD is 3D X point. These our next generation 3D X point is our next generation of storage after SSDs. Okay, 3D X point. Correct. Come on here, images. No, not this one. It, no, wait. Yeah. Okay. This is our next generation of storage. Okay. How the storage is working, how the network arrays, what is the LAN. Especially, again, sir, very important. When you specially go to the cloud, especially when you specially go to the cloud, sometimes you need to create a ticket to the Windows stream to increase the sizes, disk sizes for our SQL servers. Okay, that time, especially for cloud, either it can be AWS, it can be Azure, it can be Google Cloud, it can be Alibaba Cloud. Storage will plays a vital role, right? So you need to tell the LAN. under which LUN, how much size you need to increase. If you're not telling the LUN, that will make a biggest challenge when they're trying to increase the capacity, especially for cloud, not in on-premises. On-premises, you don't need to worry about LUN, all that stuff. What is LUN? How LUNs looks like? Okay, how the network arrays looks like? What is the throughput? Everything we'll see in the storage account session. Make sense? And this is how your uh, data centers looks like. It can be good, it can be very ugly, sir. For example, if rat goes into this data center, then gone, right? If a rat bite one wire and this wire is impacting your performance, can you tell to the customer same thing? Hey, unfortunately, one rat went to the data center, it bite one wire, due to that your performance is impacting. That is the most funniest joke, right? Yes. Okay. When you go to the office, the people starting their journey, in every wood, we will technically call it as a ODC. In your campus, there will be small data centers. Mostly, we won't get a chance to go into the data centers. If you go into the data centers, this is how it looks like. See, ACs are fit in the bottom, not in the top. You won't see anywhere in the top ACs. All the ACs are fit in the bottom. See, these are ACs. And very cool. Servers are running for 24 by 7, 365 days. Your servers are keep on running. Don't shut down the servers. You should not shut down the servers. You can restart. You can restart. Don't shut down the servers. If you shut down the servers, then gone. Because we don't know where the data centers are available, right? Okay. You should not shut down the servers. Restart. Okay. This is how your data centers looks like. And what is the challenge, sir, to maintain the data centers? So it's not easy to maintain the data centers. You need to maintain the power, you need to maintain the capacity, you need to maintain the storage, you need to maintain the performance, you need to you need to maintain the monitoring, you need to maintain the infrastructure. Okay, these are all the biggest challenge when you especially go to the on premises. So everything will be handled by cloud when you especially go to the cloud. Again, okay, at least we are maintaining all this stuff. But again, one more challenging is high availability. So for example, your application is running here. In case something happened to this application, okay, if something happened to this application, okay, server, no worries, I'm having one more copy. If something happened to this server, no worries, I'm having one more copy. If this also down, entire your application will down. Okay, like recently, pastly, you know that YouTube down for 5 minutes. Even Google also down for 5 minutes. Netflix also down. Okay, servers down, sir. Sometimes network goes down, servers goes down. Something will happen, an entire application will down. That leads so much damage. You need to more careful whenever you are working with real world. Okay, you should not shut down the servers. High availability is also one of the challenging for us. So in SQL, as part of SQL, you are maintaining log shipping, you are maintaining mirroring, you are maintaining clusters, you are maintaining always on. In the past, in the on premises, when you especially go to the cloud, we are maintaining Active Azure application, we are maintaining Geo application. Okay, and we are going to maintain the different storages. So those are also very important. Like when you especially go for storage redundancy, LRS, ZRS, ZRS, okay, ZLRS, CZRS, GZRS, RS. These are all very important and very costly. These are very costly, sir. These are okay, at least manageable. These are very costly. Local redundancy storage, zone redundancy storage, geo redundancy storage, geo local redundancy storage, Geo zone redundancy storage, Geo zone redundancy read redundancy storage. Okay, Microsoft is Microsoft is providing lot, and even Microsoft is providing Geo replication and active replication. It's not our traditional replication, sir. It's high availability. On top of that, if you want to configure, well, yeah, you can go and configure. Microsoft is maintaining not many redundancies. No worries about your data. We are here to protect you. If you wanted to protect, you can go for ZRS, Zero Redundancy Storage. Microsoft is going to maintain 6 copies your data. In one region, he will maintain 3 copies. In one more region, he will maintain 3 copies. All this stuff we'll see going forward. Okay, you will get a lot of new concepts here, especially when you go for PaaS. These are all very important, sir. We must also know. Even you are a DBA, don't tell I'm a DBA why you need to learn all this stuff. Because you are taking backup to the containers. You are taking backups to the containers. Block, blob containers, page blob containers, append blob containers. What is that? When you go for blob, page blob, append blob, there are a lot. Okay. So, but again, MI is the most critical for us, most important for us when you compare with Azure SQL database. Okay, high availability is also one of the tricky things, or you need to maintain the power, network, storage, backup, reports. This is also one of the trickiest part where we need to handle it. And one more major thing is DR, disaster recovery. Okay, so nature can predict anything. Human also can do anything. Sometimes we can't trust her. By mistakenly, you got opportunity to delete something and you deleted something. You want to delete something, you deleted something. That's also make more complicated. And nature can do anything. Okay, so we need to maintain the DR, disaster recovery data center. So one copy we will maintain in India, one copy we will maintain in Singapore. In US, one copy we are maintaining in Dallas, we are maintaining in Houston. So when I'm working for previous company, okay, I am maintaining 2 data centers. One is in Houston, one is in Dallas. One is in Houston, one is in Dallas. So in case suddenly Houston goes down, no worries, I'm having data in the Dallas. I can bring my application from the Dallas. So data centers design including routers, switches, firewalls, storage, servers, applications. Uh, how your primary data centers looks like, your DR servers, DR data centers is also looks like same. So that is the biggest challenge here. You need to maintain 2 different infrastructures, massive infrastructure. If your application is massive, okay. Why Subbu? Why we need to maintain? Very simple, sir. Very simple to understand technically. What is data? If you go to here, okay, Tata Motors, for example, Tata shares. Okay, see, sir, come on. Okay, you are getting data for year. You are getting data for 5 years. You are getting data for max. How many years they are maintaining your data? How many years? You can see the data. Season. So data is very important. So almost 20 plus years, almost 20 plus years they are maintaining your data. From 20 plus years they are maintaining your data. So when it started, what is the price? Where it is landing? It started at 31 rupees in the year 1999. Now it is standing at almost 718 rupees. So if you want to keep your shares, okay, if you wanted to go for trading, you can open this chart where you can get most of the stuff here. When it is decreasing, when it is increasing, historical data. So to maintain the historical data, to maintain the current data, we need to maintain two things. One is the current data, one is historical data. Both are very important. Correct? Even when you go for bank, your bank, insurance, how much data they need to maintain. YouTube, Google, Google massive, sir. Okay? Google is a massive. Uh, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, they need to maintain the data. Okay, sorry. So data, sir, is a biggest thing. So nature can predict anything. So they need to maintain multiple copies at different locations. But when you go for on premises, that is not a easy, sir, to maintain in different location. Being that my application is using in India, being my application using in US, or being my application using in Singapore or Australia, you can purchase some land, some infrastructure. Okay, but you need to come to India. I need to go to the US to purchase the infrastructure. How cost it will be, correct? And how the network in a glimpse of idea throughout the globe is connecting with the network with the tunnels. Globe is connecting with the network, sir. Entire globe is connecting with the networks. When you go to the oceans, you will see lots of tunnels with lots of cables, all that stuff. And if time permits, I will also show you how to create the tunnels, network tunnels. But it's not easy. You know it basically. But if time permits, I will show you how to create the tunnels in cloud, network tunnels. Earlier, when I used to teach IS, like Azure admin, I used to teach. We used to teach like how to build the tunnels, all that stuff. But for you people, no need as a SQL database administrators. And one more logic is virtualization. You know about virtualization now because we discussed. So I installed a hypervisor in my laptop. I built three VMs in my laptop, which I purchased one massive server. This is my massive server. Okay, this is my massive server. One second. Okay, see, so whatever the infrastructure I purchased, on top of this infrastructure, I build three VMs. Like same in real world, most of the servers are virtual servers. Not 80 to 90% are virtual servers because they will purchase a massive computer which contains lots of CPUs, RAM, IOPS, and disk. From that massive server, they will build the VMs. If this massive CPU done, everything will down. That is one of the biggest challenge. Okay, when you are specially working with the IO troubleshooting, this will plays a vital role. Okay, especially when you are working with IO latency, this will plays a vital role because we don't know issue with our server, we issue with the physical server. So these two are very important when you are troubleshooting IO. Okay, that is also so enhancing. See how we started, where we started, where we are landing. All these are very important. All these are very important. And one more thing is data centers in the shipping containers. Okay, this is a container. In this container, you are having data centers. with lots of security, you can ship this container to any place. This is easy and this is very simple, correct? Apart from this, you can travel this one place to one place, but this is more secure, more reliable. Okay, and this is easy. Okay, when you compare with the land, when you compare with the containers, okay, there is one more thing, uh, especially. Okay, any questions till now? Questions? No? Yes? Are there online people? Getting? Not getting?
What is the major difference between Azure SQL database and Azure SQL management system?
Azure SQL database is the dummy database. Okay, managed instance is nothing but your on-premises. Simple answer. It's a dummy. Azure SQL database is. And managed instance is nothing but your on-premises. How you are working in on-premises, Yamai will also work same. But not Azure SQL database. Lots of challenges you will see.
But it is like RDS, right? Where most of the things will be taken care
Not
by my.
RDS, sir. Not RDS.
Oh, okay.
MI is a RDS,
Oh
not
yeah,
Azure SQL database.
yeah. I'm saying about MI only.
MI is
Uh,
that's what on-premises. RDS is on-premises, right?
okay, okay.
How whenever you open SQL Server Management Studio in on-premises, whenever you open SQL Server Management Studio in IaaS, okay, IaaS or on-premises, how it looks like, same thing it looks like in managed instance. Same it looks like.
Okay. So suppose if we want to migrate 800 MB of database, so which one is the best method, Subbu, out of this?
That depends on your requirements, sir. You need to gather lots of requirement. I can't say this is the best, that is the best. No one can say.
I
What
mean,
is your
according to
client
cost,
requirement? What is your
cost
client
wise.
requirement?
I mean, they want
See,
to reduce the cost. Subbu.
yeah, of course, they want to reduce the cost. Okay, I can agree. What features are available within the database?
High
What
availability is
features?
happy. Always on availability group is there.
Okay.
Uh, a cluster setup also required. These things required somewhere.
Why you are going for PaaS, then you can go for IaaS, right?
Oh, okay, okay. No, okay, Subbu.
IaaS,
No, just
IaaS is same on-premises only.
okay, okay.
But even you can go for PaaS also. No need to build the clusters. No need to build always an availability group. In build, you will get all this stuff. When you go for PaaS, again, you need to do lots of homework before you come to the conclusion and you are taking one proposal to the your application team. You need to do lots of homework. Everyone. It's not like a simple lay terms. I can tell, hey, it won't fit for this one, it won't fit for that one. And what is the cost? What of course, whatever. What is the current architecture? What is the current configuration? Examine everything. And what they want, same configuration they wanted to reflect, or they want to make some changes. That you need to get it. If they wanted to make the changes, what kind of changes they want, you need to make a note down. Then you can examine which one is the best and how much cost they can relay.
Okay.
Without knowing current, without knowing what they're expecting with this migration, no one can predict, sir. That's the straightforward my answer. Don't tell everyone IaaS is the best, PaaS is the best, Azure SQL database is the best, Yamai is the best. No. What is your
Uh,
current? What they're looking with this migration? Then you can conclude.
Actually, but customer asking to set up a cluster setup in IaaS only. But my director asking me to analyze why, because only 800 MB database, right? So which is the best? I have to send a detailed email to them. So
Yeah, that's
that
what,
is
sir. That's what I'm saying. Okay. For eight, sir, it's 800 MB. or 1 GB, okay, or 50 MB, data is a data. You know how importance with the data. You know, not me, correct? Because that is your data.
Yes, sir.
I am not saying, hey, that is simply your mobile, right? What will happen? I know how much data is stored in your mobile. I don't know, right? You know everything. So don't think like this is a 50 MB or 1 MB or 10 MB or 30 terabytes, 50 terabytes. Okay? What is your current infrastructure? Please keep everything a point. What is available? How many databases you are migrating? Within that database, what is the configuration? Like what recovery model it is? Okay? Any high availability configured in this that database? And what they're expecting from this migration? Same configuration, only one database you are migrating or n number of database they are migrating. Let me ask a question one by one so that experienced people can let's answer. How many database you are migrating?
Couple of databases, Subbu. Like
Then how many databases? All the databases are 800 MB?
for each application, there is a
No,
there
no,
are
no,
two
wait. Forget about application. I'm not worrying about application. In that instance, how many database you are migrating?
two databases.
What is the each database size?
It's around 400 MB. Total altogether 800 MB database.
800 MB. Okay. What is the current configuration?
Current configuration, I'm not sure, Subbu. Actually, I have to check
That's
it.
what. That's what. You don't have access to the server?
No, I don't have Subbu.
Then
But
you need to raise question marks.
yeah, they're asking me to do proof of concept on
How
that.
they can do it? How we can do simply? Let me ask a question. Okay. I'm showing that I'm having Android mobile. Can you just configure everything?
No, Subbu. No.
Then that's what if you are rotating your head for everything, then you are the accountable person. You are the accountable person. Not you,
Yeah.
means everyone I'm saying. You people are accountable person. If you are rotating head, let them answer. First, you need to drop a mail. Hey, hi team. I need this information. Okay, I from apart from past discussion, last two discussions, okay, I came to know we are having two databases with size of 800 MB. Okay, fine. Now, can you please clarify some more things so that I can examine the which platform is suit for you? Okay, what is the current configuration? Any high availability configure on these two databases? If yes, what high availability is configured? Block shipping, mirroring, cluster, always on. Okay, what you are expecting from this? Wait. What you are expecting from this upgradation? Same thing, same thing. Make a question mark. Let them drop a mail. Let them answer. How you can examine, sir, without knowing this stuff? How? I don't know, sir. Really, without knowing this, how you can examine?
Suppose they have sent data through Excel, Subbu. Like
Whatever, sir. Let them say Excel. Let them say PDF. Let them say email. Let them. What is your current configuration? Let them ask a question. Why you are not asking question?
always unavailable to they are using as of now.
Huh. They are expecting same thing?
Yeah, yes, Subbu. They are expecting same thing. Initially, need to set up a SQL
No,
Server cluster. VM
wait. Why they need cluster firstly? Question
to
mark. Wait.
maintain
That's what I'm telling. Why they need cluster?
load balance active over the location.
Why?
To maintain the,
They are having only two databases. They're having only two databases. Why they need active cluster?
actually
Sir,
that
again,
application
here,
wise.
that's what here there are lot. SQL on cluster, SQL traditional. Two things you need to clarify.
Yeah.
SQL on cluster. Now no one is preferring SQL on cluster. Most of the teams are not preferring SQL on cluster. No, your understanding is wrong. That's what you need to clarify. Hey, you want SQL on cluster or traditional SQL? Question mark. Question mark. Where is the questions?
What is the
We
difference
are
between
not asking question. That's what. Sorry.
SQL and traditional and SQL and cluster? Traditional means what, Subbu?
Traditional is now you are working with the traditional set, that is SQL, standalone
Okay,
SQL.
okay,
That is a traditional. SQL
okay.
or cluster is something only will build on top of clusters. For always on no need SQL on cluster.
On top of cluster only will build the always on, right?
On top of cluster, you can install two types of SQL. One is SQL on cluster, one is standalone SQL. Maybe they want SQL, standalone SQL. Maybe your understanding is wrong. That's what varies your questions.
They said a SQL setup on SQL set cluster setup on
See,
VM.
SQL only, sir. SQL only. That's the between you, your team lead, your application team. There is a technical gap. There is a technical gap. Everyone understanding? Not specially for, I don't want to reveal the names. Not for you. Everyone, there is a technical gaps. And we are thinking that we are, not you. We are thinking that we know everything. They are thinking that they know everything. No, first we need to get the proper inputs. Let them drop a mail. What you are expecting from this migration? What is your current SQL on cluster or standalone SQL? What is your configuration? What you are expecting, SQL on cluster or standalone SQL? Let them answer. Sir, again, we are experienced people.
You mean to say
We
Subbu FCI, right? FCI or like AG, right?
we are AZ, forget about AZ, sir. It's a
Yeah.
standalone SQL. That's it. I want
Okay.
standalone SQL or cluster SQL. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, first you need to fill the technical gaps. You need to fill the technical gaps. Everyone, in your experience, people definitely migrations are not a easy task, especially when you go for going for cloud. Okay, gathering inputs is very important, sir. Gathering inputs is very important. Again, take 1 day, take 2 days, or take 3 days. I'm not worrying. But if you're dropping a mail, drop with a proper thing. If you're asking one question now, next question now, next question later, they will feel very bad.
Subbu, sorry for interrupting you here, Subbu. See, the customer told SQL cluster setup in IaaS.
That's what's our cluster setup only. What cluster they want? SQL on cluster, they want standalone cluster. Two clusters are there. I know I know I already discussed with you long back. There are two clusters. On top of cluster, you can build SQL on cluster. You can build standalone SQL on cluster. Which
On
cluster they want?
Windows cluster, and they told active. This information I have.
That's what said. There is a technical gap. From day one onwards, I'm saying there is a technical gap between you, your application team, your what is that role as the manager or something. There is a gap between you three people.
So now, what are the questions that I have to ask?
That's what I told you, right? So, what is your current setup? Okay, as per my understanding, don't ask again question. Your current setup, as per my understanding, okay. You want to migrate two databases which is available. What is the SQL version there?
2019 Subbu.
What is the SQL version they are expecting with this upgradation?
On top of Windows setup, Windows Server 2016.
Wait.
On that SQL
What?
Server 2019.
2019. Why they want Windows 2016? It's the old Windows, right?
Yeah, yes, yeah. But in that,
So
they have mentioned SQL Server 2019 with Windows Server 2016.
okay, no problem. Let them. Yeah. So they are expecting same versions. SQL Server. Okay, no problem. Okay. What is the current SQL Server edition?
Actually, they have
No, my
on-premise
question tell me answer. My question tell me answer. What is the current SQL version? Edition.
2019
Edition.
Enterprise Edition, Subbu.
What they're expecting?
They're expecting first like evaluation edition for trial base. in IaaS environment.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Okay, you got two clarification. Next thing, whether that SQL is part of cluster or it's a standalone SQL, that you need to ask.
Okay, okay.
Don't simply tell cluster, cluster, cluster. They will irritate. We will also irritate. Okay.
No, this
Let them
we
let
got from them.
clarify SQL on cluster or standalone SQL current environment. Can you please confirm us? We are. Can you please confirm us whether it is a part of SQL on cluster like F SQL FPC or it's a standalone SQL, and what you are expecting from this upgradation? Same SQL on cluster or standalone SQL? That's it. Cluster you will build, no worries. I am not discussing about cluster. I want SQL. Which SQL you want? Okay, when you let me open, sir. I don't want mislead everyone. Binary files. See, this is standalone. This is standalone which you are working. This is a traditional installation. These two are cluster installations. Which one you want? This one, this one, this one, or this one?
Recent cluster failure
No,
session.
that's yeah. They are telling simply cluster, you are telling simply cluster, and you are confusing, they are confusing, and you are making me also confusing. I am showing clearly which one they want. This one, this one.
No,
I need to
even
clarify.
I'm not so sure. They said SQL
That's what.
cluster in VM.
Okay.
That's it.
So tell them, okay, as per my understanding, just wanted to double check with you. You want standalone SQL on top of cluster, or you want SQL failover cluster on top of cluster? This
Okay.
one or this one?
Okay.
Let them clarify. Okay. If you want this one, no need to worry. It's a traditional, you know. If you want this one, you need three things more. One is SQL IP address, one is SQL virtual name, one is shared storage. Because you can't store data in the local when you go for this one. Okay. This week we'll cover this one, everything. You will become strong. But meanwhile, today definitely you need to answer, right? So clarify with them this thing. Sir, again, make it clear answers.
My
Especially,
last, my
yeah,
last.
that's what make a clear gathering information is very important in real world, sir. Be in your experience, people. You should not go to the customer to ask n number of questions. Definitely, they will irritate. Okay, please keep it in your mind. That is very important. I'm stopping now here. Any questions, sir? Tomorrow I will continue. I need to ask questions. No questions. Okay, so don't simply